Hello students, so welcome back to Diksha Karnataka YouTube channel. Today I have brought you a new video based on JEE mains exam. So are you someone who is currently studying in class 12th preparing for JEE mains exam in 2025, or maybe someone who appeared in JEE mains 2024 exam but did not get a good rank, so you want to reappear that exam again for 2025. So before we start about this JEE mains exam, let us discuss what are the scopes of this exam. Okay, so what are the scope of JEE mains exam? So there are 31 NITs, National Institute of Technologies across India. Okay, there you can take admission after your JEE mains exam. Next is IIEST Shibpur, okay, that is in West Bengal. Okay, Indian Institute of Engineering, Science and Technology, okay, that is only one institute in India. Then 26 IIITs, Indian Institute of Information Technologies, okay, and 40 other government funded technical institutes called GFTI, okay, GIFTIs. So these are all government institutes where you can take admission based on your JEE mains exam. Okay, based on your JEE mains exam. These are all the institutes where you can take admission based on your JEE mains exam result. Okay, next, some private colleges and universities do take admission based on your JEE mains rank, but there is one catch. Okay, generally these colleges charge some good amount of money to take admission. Okay, those universities where the admission fees is very high, they do take admission based on JEE mains rank. It will be slightly lower than management quota, but on an average it will be higher than obviously these government colleges. Government colleges offer very less fees, they charge very less fees because obviously they are funded by government. So if you score a certain good rank, then you might get a chance on this government colleges. Okay, also if you are someone who is preparing for JEE advanced exam, then you should know that your final merit should be above 2.5 lakhs of JEE mains rank. Now this 2.5 lakh includes general merit as well as all the quotas, okay, economical weaker section quota as well as ST, OBC, okay, all the quotas including everything, 2.5 lakhs are eligible for JEE advanced exam. Okay, now let's move on to some key points about JEE mains exam. JEE mains exam happens twice a year. Okay, I think most of you are aware of this. JEE mains exam happens twice a year. Okay, first session twice a year in the sense I am saying one academic year. So academic year means when you started your class 12th or second PU and till you are appearing your board exam, that is considered one whole year, one whole academic year. So during that time they conduct JEE mains exam twice. First session happens generally in the end of January, okay, end of January around 25 to 1st February, around that timeline first session happens, and second session happens in the month of April, okay, first week to second week, around that time. It is conducted across several days in each session. So for example, during January they conducted the exam in 6 or 7 days. Okay, so 6 and 7 days, each day 2 shifts. So morning 3 hours one shift, evening 3 hours one shift. Okay, so in each shift you have to answer 100 marks of physics, 100 marks of chemistry, 100 marks of mathematics. So each session has session has several days and each day has 2 shifts. Okay, remember this. Now exam is computer based. What is the meaning of that computer based exam? That means you will be allotted a center where you have to attend in the morning, then you have to sit down and attend the test. Okay, each day's question paper are different. Okay, each day they have different, completely different question papers. Okay, now JEE final rank is based on a percentile and a normalization algorithm. What is the meaning of that? So for example, what is the meaning of percentile? Percentile means whatever your percentage based on the topper of that day's that shift. For example, if someone scored say physics highest marks for certain day in exam was 85, this will be considered 100 percentile for that day. Okay, next anyone scored anything, suppose someone scored 84, then his percentile will be 84 divided by 85 into 100%. Now this is not that simple. They do all the averages of all the exams and based on that they calculate the percentile. But remember that some days question paper may be slightly hard, some day question paper may be slightly easy. So this number varies from every day to day, shift to shift, session to session. So they do something called normalization. There is an algorithm based on that they determine, okay, this day all the students scored may be less marks than expected, some day students scored more than that expected. So their percentile and normalization both are applied. Based on that your final percentile is determined and then your rank is determined. One important thing that you can appear maximum 6 times in 3 years time. Okay, for JEE mains you can appear maximum 6 times, that is each year twice. If you are appearing January and April 1 year, next year again you can appear January and April, again another 1 more year you can appear January and April. So if you are appearing for 2 session in 1 year, that counts for out of this 6 times. Some people say, okay, if you are appearing only 3 times, that means every year I will appear only twice and then next year maybe once. No, 3 years is considered and 6 times is considered. Okay, it is not, any cases it should not be more than 3 years, it should not be more than 6 times obviously. Now let us move on. So what is the question paper looks like, how the question paper looks like for JEE mains paper. It is common for all the subjects. Okay, so far whatever we have discussed is common for all the subjects. So total number of question is 20 MCQs compulsory that you have to answer and 10 numerical based questions. Out of these 10 numerical based questions you have to answer 5. If you answer more than 5, remember this, if you answer more than 5, only top 5, first 5 is considered. First 5 answer is considered, not after that. Even if you have considered the 6th, if you have answered the 6th one correctly, it will not be considered, only first 5 will be considered. So answer only those you are 100% confident, okay, this is correct. And from the question paper it seems that maybe 25 questions only I have to answer, maybe in 3 subjects, 75 questions in 3 hours, maybe it is easy. No, all the 20 questions are somewhat little difficult, not so easy. But yes, you should be able to answer these 25 questions in 1 hour. The question paper is prepared such that you should be able to answer these 25 questions in 1 hour. Okay, and for answering correctly, for each correct answer you get 4 marks plus 4. Okay, and there is a negative marking. If you answer wrongly, then you will score -1. You will get 0 marks for not answering. Okay, so not answering is 0 marks, and for every correct answer you get +4, for every wrong answer you get -1. So there is a negative marking. So avoid negative marking while answering. Do not guess. There is no chance scope of guess in JEE mains exam. Now what is the syllabus of JEE mains? I have taken one screenshot given by JEE NTA in their portal, JEE mains portal. Okay, this is how the syllabus looks like. The link for the syllabus will be given in the pinned comment, you can check there. So syllabus generally changes from year to year, but whatever syllabus is there for 2024, the same syllabus is expected to be there for 2025 as well. Now if you see, the syllabus is given in terms of units. Okay, unit 1, unit 2, unit 3, unit 4, and in cases the syllabus chapters or units does not match with the book that you are studying, that is your NCERT book, that is followed by almost all the boards in India. So those chapters does not exactly match with these units. Okay, there are 20 units in JEE main syllabus, but in NCERT book there are 28 chapters. So some of the chapters are merged. If you want a detailed analysis, detailed video on that, how to segregate these chapters from the NCERT book chapters, then please write a comment below. We will make a new video based on the number of comments and number of likes that we are getting on this video. Now for example, I am giving you one example, kinematics. Okay, kinematics has 2 chapters, motion in a straight line and motion in a plane. They combined these 2 chapters and made one chapter called kinematics. If you look and read this part part, you will see that this is basically motion in a straight line as well as motion in a plane. Now let's look into all the units based on the class 11 or first PU. What are the chapters there in the class 11? Physics and measurement, unit 1. Unit 2 is kinematics. Unit 3 is laws of motion. This is very straightforward. Unit 4 is work, energy, power. Unit 5 is rotational motion. Unit 6 is gravitation. Unit 7 is properties of solids and liquids. Unit 8 is thermodynamics. Unit 9 is kinetic theory and gases, kinetic theory of gases, KTG, and unit 10 is oscillations and waves. So there are 10 units in class 11. In class 12, 9 units are there. Okay, class 12, 9 units are there: electrostatics, current, electricity, magnetic effect of current and magnetism, electromagnetic induction and alternative current. So they have combined 2 chapters here as well: electromagnetic waves, then optics, dual nature of matter and radiation, atoms and nuclei, electronic devices. Okay, and one more extra part is there: experimental skills. That is based on your experimental skills that you perform experiment in your class 11 as well as in class 12. For example, how to determine the least count. Okay, what is the minimum measuring value for a scale or error analysis. These kind of things are there in the experimental skills. Now if you observe carefully, there are some chapters and some concepts that is more than that of given in the NCERT present NCERT book. For example, electronic devices, there is one chapter, I am taking one example. So electronic devices, the NCERT book ends with the full wave rectifier, right? Full wave rectifier, there are no application given for different types of diodes, only names are mentioned and few lines are mentioned about the application, but no numerical application is given. In electronic devices, in the JEE syllabus, it is mentioned that you have to apply the application for Zener diode. Okay, you have to study the application for different 2-3 different types of diodes, and as well as logic gates. Logic gates is deleted from your class 12 syllabus, but that is there in JEE mains exam. There are some examples in this chapters as well. When we start doing the regular videos on each units, then you will be able to know what are there in the syllabus, what are not there in the syllabus. So but you should know that some things are extra in the JEE mains exam. And this JEE mains exam is same, syllabus is same as NEET syllabus. Okay, so if you have NEET syllabus or if you have a JEE mains syllabus, both syllabuses are almost same. There is no difference. Both are prepared by NTA and there is no difference. Now next, we will divide all these units, 19 units. Experimental skills I am not considering as a unit. We will divide all the units into a study plan, how to study them effectively so that you can complete all the chapters, all the units before your first exam in month of December, month of January. Okay, before December we will complete everything, and then December we will revise all the chapters. January we will appear for the exam. Okay, and then board exam preparation will be there for February and March for class 11 current year students. Those who are repeating, they should continue with the revision, and mock test and final revision in between, whatever 10-15 days whatever you are getting between your exam and your JEE mains exam. Okay, then again end of April, JEE session 2 will be in the mid of April. I am assuming mid of April for now. Okay, now let's look into the number of hours required every day. So for JEE mains exam, if you are preparing for JEE mains exam, 2 hours is minimum time. If you can invest more than 2 hours, that will be better. So for KCET exam, if you have seen my KCET exam video, I have mentioned 2 hours is sufficient, but for JEE mains exam 2 hours is minimum. Now I cannot ask you to study more than 2 hours because you have college, you have to go to college, you have to attend some coaching, maybe you have to do some homework. So I am not asking you to do more than 2 hours, but if possible you have to invest more than 2 hours. 2 hours is minimum. There it was optimum. More than 2 hours was good. Here 2 hours is minimum, more than 2 hours is expected. Out of these 2 hours, 1 hour you have to study concepts and formulas, okay, and 1 hour of practice. So 1 hour of studying concepts and formulas and derivations, whatever you are doing. If you are a repeated student, you will study concepts, formulas and equations and apply them, and if you are a current year student, then you have to practice the derivations as well. Now 1 hour practice questions and answers that you have to do for mainly numerical based questions. How many numericals you can practice in 1 hour, that is going to be very important. Okay, there will be very few theoretical questions, 2 to 3 questions will be theoretical, mostly other questions will be numerical, and there are 5 dedicated numerical questions, right. So more numerical comes in JEE Mains exam. Now every Sunday you have to revise, as same as KSET planning as well. Every Sunday you have to revise. Now what you will revise, whatever you have studied in the whole week, okay, you have to revise that, and if you get some time, okay, some days maybe you have missed some hours, so you can complete that during Sunday and try to write one mock test, 25 questions in 1 hour. Try to write one mock test. It is not mandatory, this mock test part is not mandatory, but if you are doing it, that will be great for your preparation. Now as I have already said, JEE Mains exam difficulty level is higher than that of any other exams that you are going to give. Maybe JEE Advanced exam is much higher than JEE Mains, but first level of JEE Advanced is JEE Mains. Okay, so all other exam level may be little lower. For example, NEET, KSET, COMET K, their levels are lower than JEE Mains. JEE Mains is much higher than all these exams that I just said. Now if you are a repeated student, or when you are on a long holidays, okay, for current college students, long holidays, I already gave you example. Long holidays are like Ganesh Chaturthi, Dashera, Christmas, or any other festival holidays. During that time you have to invest minimum 4 to 5 hours to study physics. This is the minimum time, okay. In case of KCET, the time was 3 to 4 hours. In case of JEE Mains, it is 4 to 5 hours. Out of this 4 to 5 hours, 2 hours compulsorily you have to study concepts, formulas, okay, 1 hour revision, and again 1 hour practice question. If you can increase this 1 hour to 2 hours, that will be beneficial for you. More you practice, better you will be in future. Let us look into the detailed study plan, week by week study plan. So first week what we will study? First week we will study electrostatics, month of July. Now don't worry about the months right now, because you will get enough extra time that you can accommodate. So maybe I am doing this video on the second week of July, so you will say, sir, already 1 week is passed, but don't worry about the week. You should consider the week with what you have to study in 1 week. So first week of July we will study electrostatics, physics and measurement, okay. I have given this according to the units of JEE Mains syllabus. So go and look into the syllabus first. Once I request you everyone to check at the syllabus before you start studying. Week 2, okay, again electrostatics is continued, because electrostatic consists 2 chapters from NCERT, okay. So that will be continued for week 2 as well, and kinematics will start in the second week. Third week electrostatics will continue. As I said, this is the 2 chapters. Similarly, kinematics also has 2 chapters, so kinematics will continue in the week 3 as well. Now week 4 we will move into current electricity, another chapter, and laws of motion. Next, current electricity is a big chapter. A lot of important questions comes from this chapter, so we will continue this chapter on first week of August as well, and we will move to the class 11 chapter, work energy power. Now again in first week of August we will continue with current electricity. Current electricity is a big chapter, okay, and in first PU we will take work energy power, okay, and second week of August current electricity again will continue. It is a very important chapter with lot of numericals, lot of different type of questions coming from this chapter, so we will continue with this chapter, and rotational motion in the second week. Now rotational motion is also a big chapter, an important chapter for JEE Mains, so that chapter will be continued for second week of August, and magnetic effects of current and magnetism will start in the third week. Now fourth week also will continue magnetic effects of current and magnetism, but in class 11 revision we will start gravitation, okay. Now while studying all this chapter, don't forget to practice those questions from previous year, from some model question paper, and if possible try to buy one daily practice paper question book. From each of those paper you will get one question paper from each chapter. Practice those questions. Okay, we will share the details in the study material part of this video, but I suggest you have one daily practice paper book. From there you can practice each chapter. Whenever the chapter is completed, you think okay, this chapter is completed, now I am ready to practice for from this chapter, so you can go ahead and do that. Next, in the month of September, first week we will study electromagnetic induction and alternating currents, and in week along with that we will study properties of solids and liquids. Now, properties of solids and liquids, again 2 chapters, electromagnetic induction and alternating currents are also 2 chapters. So, it will continue in the second week of September as well, and both chapters will be continued in the second week. Now, third week of September we will start another chapter, electromagnetic waves, very small chapter, and then thermodynamics. Okay, but remember one thing, electromagnetic waves questions for JEE mains are slightly different than whatever is given in the book. It is little complicated, so you have to practice that chapter as well. Now, fourth week we will continue with optics, then thermodynamics. Okay, month of October we will continue with optics. Optics means ray optics as well as physical optics. So, again it is a 2 chapters, so it will be continued. Kinetic theory of gases we will start in the month of October. Second week we will start dual nature of matter and radiation, and kinetic theory will continue. Next, third week we will start atoms and nuclei, and atoms and nuclei will continue till week 4. In the month of November, electronic devices we will start. This will be thermodynamics. This is not kinetic theory, sorry, my mistake. So, thermodynamics we will study in first week of November. This will also be thermodynamics. So, thermodynamics will continue in the second week as well, and electronic devices will continue. Now, in the third week we will study electronic devices and oscillations and wave. Electronic devices has a lot of extra content outside NCERT, outside your board exam. So, that is why it is given a lot of high priority for 3 weeks, okay, nothing else. Now, week 4 we will look into some of our experimental lab manuals, some of our experiments books that we have purchased from for our lab experiments. So, you have to look into that, some calculations, some experiments, maybe 1 mark question will come from these skills. Next, oscillations and wave will also be completed. So, by the month of November, entire JEE mains should be completed at least once. Okay, by end of November everything should have been completed. If you have something left, you can complete those during month of December while revising those chapters. So, first week 1 and week 2 we will revise class 11 chapters, and week 3 and week 4 we will revise class 12 chapters. Now, why it is so? Because class 11 chapters you have already studied in previous class. Class 12 chapters you are going to write board exam as well. So, if you are doing it little late, then it will be also carried forward, your memory will be carried forward for your board exam as well. So, that is why it is separated like this. Now, when you are studying you have to prepare short notes, list of formulas, key concepts, and that is when you are studying for the first time. Next, when you are revising this will help you to revise the chapter. Okay, so if you have when you are studying in the month from July till November, if you have prepared this part, then it will help you to revise the chapter quickly. Now, attempt the minimum 1 mock test per week during the month of December, at least 1 mock test per week. I am not asking you much, but in the month of December you will get some long holidays as well. Try to utilize that, and 1 mock test per week per subject. Okay, because for JEE mains not only physics, chemistry, maths, both are important. All 3 subjects are important. In the month of January, your focus solely should be on JEE mains exam that is going to happen in the month of January, because it has seen that in the month of January students are performing well. Okay, because they do not have the backlog of their board exam yet. So, if you are attempting, try to clear the JEE mains exam in the first attempt itself. So, it was historically seen that in the first session students are scoring well. So, if you are preparing for JEE mains exam, try to clear the JEE mains exam in the month of January itself. This is an insider tip that I am helping you. Now write chapter wise and full syllabus mock test during the month of January. So chapter wise I already suggested that if you have DPP paper, practice from those DPP papers, as well as in those same book you will find some full syllabus papers. You have to write those papers as well and try to maintain the time. For physics 1 hour, total 3 hours you will get to write 3 subjects, right? So 1 hour per subject. So if you are writing full syllabus test, try to maintain the time, don't go overboard, don't use extra time than 1 hour. Try to manage your time better, learn from your mistakes, whatever mistakes you are making, okay, try check them from the solve paper if there is a solve paper available for that question paper you are writing exam, or you can do research on internet and check what are the mistakes you are making. You are making mistakes in calculation, whether you are making mistakes in formulas, or whether you are making mistakes in the concept itself, okay. So session 1 exam will be held at the end of January. Last week of January till first week of February generally it is being held. So before this January exam you have to be ready. In the month of January and February you have to prepare for your board exam. There is no excuse. Board exam you have to secure. For the one important thing is that to get admission in any of the NIITs, IITs that I have shared in the first slide, okay. Also JEE Advanced students, those who are preparing for JEE Advanced, you should score minimum 75% marks. General category students should score minimum 75% marks in their board exam to take to get the admission, okay. If your score is less than 75%, you will not get the admission in those top colleges, top institute. So for board exam I have given 2 months, maybe January also, where you are preparing for final exam, first session exam. You should also in the behind you should revise some part for your board exam as well. Now based on your board, the exam for board exam varies from board to board. For PU board students generally held in the first week of March, okay, and till maybe mid March, late March, okay. By March end your board exam should be over. So after that, whatever 1 week, 10 days, whatever time you are getting, you have to revise all the chapters. You have to revise all the chapters, try to write 1 or 2 mock tests during that time. Then you have to appear for the second session, okay. Second session is held first, second week of April generally, okay. So your exam will be over by the month of April, then you can relax. But before that, what are the study material? What are the study material from where you have to study? Obviously, for all the students, I always recommend NCERT books. NCERT books are very important, okay. Even though there are syllabus which are outside NCERT book for JEE Mains exam, but basic first book that you have to study is NCERT. I always recommend for all the students, maybe you are a topper, maybe you are a backbencher, for all the students NCERT book should be your first priority. For PU1, PU2, class 11, class 12, whatever board you are studying at, okay, published by NCERT, and latest edition is 2023 edition, okay. Because if you go back in the previous editions, there are much more extra content than that is in the JEE Mains syllabus. So JEE Mains syllabus should be there with you, and this latest edition of NCERT. NCERT exemplar book is a very good book, okay. It has different levels of MCQs given. First level is easy, second level is little hard, also different kinds of numericals are given as well, okay. You can obviously follow our channel, okay. We will bring more content throughout the year for you to help you to clear the JEE Mains exam. So you have to follow our channel as well. If you have not yet subscribed to our channel, I request you to subscribe to our channel and like this video so that we can make more inspiring and teaching videos, lectures for you. 10 years PYQ books with question paper, question patterns. PYQ in the sense previous year question paper. Previous year question paper for JEE Mains is a little bit big compared to other exams, because JEE Mains obviously held across different sessions, different times, okay, different shifts. So PYQ, 10 years PYQ is sufficient for JEE Mains exam. Now I recommend 2 private books, okay. They are not sponsoring us. These books are not sponsored by sponsored. So I recommend it from my personal experience as a teacher across different years, okay. Objective Physics by DC Pandey. It is not very hard book, but it is okay. This book is okay for JEE Mains as a preparatory book for JEE Mains. It is okay if you are preparing for JEE Advanced as well. And there are 2 different books for 4 or 5 different volumes for DC Pandey as well, and for JEE Mains exam 2 volumes are for there, and 1 DPP Physics for JEE Mains. You go to Amazon and search DPP Physics for JEE Mains. You will find multiple books by any one of them. Okay, I personally recommend, there is a book called Disha Publication. Okay, Disha Publication, you can buy that book as well. Now, what is the minimum score that you should target? Now, you should know that this is based on your raw score, raw marks. Okay, this is not your percentile, because your percentile will be based on the highest mark that is being get. Now, I am assuming average standard question paper. If the question paper is average standard question paper, not too hard, not too easy, then your target should be 85 to 90 marks. Remember, there are very few seats available for those government colleges. So, you have to be in the top half, top percent of the top 90. This year, one more thing, this year cutoff was around 93 point something for JEE Mains exam. So, you should be try to achieve minimum 95 percentile as to get a admission in the top colleges. Now, so basically you have to score 85 to 90 marks in physics. Total score should be 250 plus. 250 plus out of 300, that should be your target. That means 85 to 95 or 80 to 95 should be your target. That should be your overall target. Now, minimum 95 percentile is required to qualify JEE Mains exam. I am assuming that this year cutoff was 93 percentile, maybe it will be increased to 95 percentile next year. You have to target at least 95 percentile to get admission in the top colleges, top institutes of India. How can you make sure that you are achieving this 95 percentile? For that, you have to practice every day, 1 hour practice. Practice makes human perfect. I always say that. Next, follow the study plan. I have shared a study plan. Remember that any plan is better than no plan. Okay, so whatever plan I have shared is a well thought out plan. You can edit that, you can deviate from that a little bit, but don't deviate too much. You can edit that plan, but follow that study plan. Okay, if without a plan, you will be definitely doomed. And this is a very hard exam. This will not be achievable without any plan. And a whole year study. Without studying for entire year, you will not be achieving success in this exam. Revise all chapters before exam. Try to revise all chapters before exam. Okay, that is also very important. Attend mock test chapter wise and full syllabus. I already mentioned chapter wise mock test, DPP sheets, full syllabus is also available. The different types of practice question papers are also available. Time management is important because you are writing 20 questions which are little bit average difficulty, average to hard difficulty. So, time management is important. Learn tricks and tips to shortcut for answer the questions quickly. Okay, shortcuts and some tricks and tips I will share throughout the year. So, don't forget to follow our channel. Mark difficult questions for review to revisit them later. So, if you are finding some questions which is difficult to answer, you have to mark them. How can you mark them? You can circle the question. Okay, you think, okay, this question maybe I will able to solve, but at this point of time I don't have enough time, so I will mark it for review. This is a smart way to answer. This is a smart way to answer, so that when if you think, okay, I will not be able to answer this question, you will find such situations as well. I will not be able to answer this question, you don't need to mark that. You have not studied that formula, you don't remember those formula. So, don't mark that. But if you think, okay, this question maybe if I try little hard, I will be able to answer, mark those questions. Okay, I will answer this later. So, ignore that and skip to the next question. And one more suggestion I always suggest to my students, that read the question paper before answering. Many students don't read the question paper, they just start solving after reading first line or second line. So, read the question paper completely. Maybe they are not asking you to solve the question, solve the answer that you are actually writing. It may be little bit difficult and different than that whatever you are doing. So, read the question paper properly. Okay, I wish you all the best in your preparation for JEE Mains exam. And if you like this video and if you want more such videos in our channel, don't forget to subscribe our channel, and thank you for watching the video.